more can I say?
Top Billin.
All right, everybody on the YouTube, hit me up on social media. Ask me about Jamie Newman to Georgia. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of candy. If you want the super honest assessment, you got to make sure you're at patreon.com/committed to the G. That's where I do my hard scouting breakdowns and everything. So I'll give you a little bit of candy right here on the channel. I like Jamie Newman, right? So he's somebody that I'm not unfamiliar with, obviously covering Clemson, having to do all of their games as a primary cover, being able to be familiar with this cat. I think he has a decent amount of talent, for real. I think he can be very good at the University of Georgia, but they're going to have to tailor stuff to his strengths. He's not far along in his development as Jake Fromm was, although he possesses more tools that people like. From a pure quarterback standpoint, I don't think it's very much a comparison, but that doesn't mean it can't be successful or even more successful if they tailor it to his strengths. I think this is illustrative of where he's at with his QB development. His last game here against Michigan State, I wanted to pick viable defenses to watch him against, although I've already watched these games anyway. I just wanted to kind of show you here. You got a concept here with a couple of in-breaking routes, right? A couple of slants, and you got a stop route on the backside and 2x2 with a clear out. I'm not saying that it can't change. We all can change, but this is what you get from him pretty much in his career. He's going to stare down his primary. He's a one-and-done read type of signal caller. You see it right there. He has somebody backside. He chose to stare this bad boy down and throw it into traffic. Although he did get it there, he was living on the edge. All right, going back to it right here, you would say, like, nah, you probably don't want to throw it into traffic. If you were to come backside to this tight slot kid right here, running this slant, maybe you can shoot him upfield and he can hit the void of the zone, especially if you were to look it off like this and then go with it. All right, I know everybody wants to see him push the ball down the field, but we got to look at the mechanics of the situation. See him here on the pull. They're doing this right here where they do the slow release option play. They're kind of optioning off that bad boy with a build, kind of a build on that. You see the torque on the rotation there, the point and shoot foot. We see right there the leg drive, right? Driving off that back leg. Check out the hand brake where the ball breaks from the hand. Nice over-the-top delivery. Really does remind me of one Kelly Bryant right here. Puts enough air under that bad boy. The receiver has a pretty good couple of steps on the guy, but he's able to lead him to the back shoulder. Let him Ken Griffey Jr., that bad boy. Success. All right, y'all know this one right here. Pretty much a spacing concept with a clear out here to the field. This is one of those rhythm and timing routes. You got to hit that back foot and get that bad boy out. So we see the right back foot. Ball not out. My man's just coming on the quick curl right now. The ball should already be there. He waits for it. Inaccurate throw. Throws that man up way up high. Boom. Now look at him. He's done. Concussed. He's out on his feet on autonomous driver, right? He's one of them dudes that'll get you killed, man. He's got to watch that stuff, man. I'll be wondering about those guys. It's almost like my boy from, what's his name from The Walking Dead, Rick, right? You know, he was riding with Rick. You know you probably was going to get killed that day. So definitely want to see quicker decisions on some of those rhythm and timing routes, especially those now type routes. Just a grip of in-breaking routes on this one. Nothing too special, but it shows you his escapability. Now, he's a very good athlete. I noticed that they had a lot of trouble with extra men coming on blitzes and fabricated pressures, but a lot of the times, man, he would just get out of it with his natural ability. So I know fans are going to like that bad boy. You see him still looking upfield, looking to kind of throw the ball. Then when he really sees that he wants to get it, he switches that ball to the outside hand. And then I wanted to know what he's going to do in a moment of true situation. He kind of bogs down. I thought he was going to run over him, jump over him or something like that, but he's done. He's cooked. He's on autonomous driver as well. All right, got two vertical concepts going on. A 2x2 formation here. A wheel post combination to the top of the screen into the boundary. Then you have kind of a dig and some type of maybe just a 9 route here. I can't really tell. We have to see it on the other side there. But man, this is one of the first times that I actually seen him go through multi-reads here. You can see him on the pull. See him on the pull right here. Right? Back does a good job with a cut block right there, but you see him right there wanting to go to that vertical on the outside towards the field. He's looking at bad boy. Doesn't like what he sees right there. Actually pumps it, goes backside. It is holding on this play, so it has to come back. But this was actually a very good throw. Look at the mechanics. Obviously, got to look at the base width. Nice base width there. It's kind of a step, not necessarily driving off of that bad boy. Steps, lifts. You can kind of see on the arm slotting right here. It's kind of got a couple of different, almost like a kind of a shot put kind of thing going on right there. You can see here. I don't know. I didn't see that on the rear view there, but from the side there, it's got kind of a little, definitely like a Kelly Bryant kind of thing. I think he had that same thing too. But man, check out this throw. Nice spiral on this one, getting that bad boy downfield, putting a lot of air under it. Exactly where you would want that bad boy to go. Lead him upfield. Make sure he doesn't have to necessarily break stride. Perfect throw, but man, great defense there. Right? PBU. Nope. Catch. It's crazy, ain't it? All right, look at it again. Just as far as mechanics, we'll get a little bit better of a close-up right here. The rhythm pat. I always tell QBs to try to get rid of that rhythm pat. Lets them know when you want to throw the ball, but you can see definitely strong with his base coming over the top. But kind of, I don't know, it's kind of 3/4. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section right there. What do you think that is right there? It's kind of a 3/4 delivery. Sliding that back foot. Sliding in instead of driving off of it. He drives off of it and then slides that bad boy. It's got a lot of strength in it. Definitely have a lot of strength in it. He definitely reminds me of Kelly Bryant. It's uncanny how much he looks like him right here. 3x1 bunch formation. Definitely almost spread to the numbers with it. Left guard once again gets whipped. And you can see his pocket feel. Definitely looking to detach from that bad boy. And he can move out the pocket. Definitely going to be a different element than something that we've seen here the last few years. It'll be different. That doesn't always mean that it's better, though. So just always remember that. All right, I talked about this on patreon.com/committed to the G. This slow release RPO play. You're pretty much reading the safeties, right? They're walking rhythm, reading the safeties. If the safeties shoot up extremely hard, right, especially in the quarters coverage like Michigan State usually runs, if they shoot up really hard, he'll throw behind them with some type of in-breaking route. Maybe you see right here like a slant was coming behind this. But if they don't, they'll go ahead and run that bad boy because the safeties are back. So they were kind of in no man's land right here. The safeties able to actually come down and help if they needed to, but it was all for naught. All right, trips into the boundary, formation into the boundary, backside isolation, going vert on this. Now, he's another one where his vertical ball can be very good at times, and sometimes it's very head-scratcher. He'll underthrow, and this is with all quarterbacks, right? A lot of people get ridden for this, but they don't see how good some of these receivers are. You can see him on the pull right here, the weight transfer, great lower body mechanics. Just don't know what's going on right here. The receiver actually does a pretty good job of beating the press, right? But he launches that bad boy with absolutely too much heat on that, and it's not even close. Not sure what happened with that one. So he seems pretty comfortable doing these concepts. Got a click out block from the left guard coming on, first thing smoking, right, in the opposite color jersey. Then you end up having a lead through from the running back. So he's able to work off blocks really well. This is that Kelly Bryant in his game. Pretty powerful here. Breaking arm tackles. Getting in the open field. See what time. Ooh. Bogs down. He seemed with a little bit of a muscle relaxer. Now he relaxed his muscles. Now look at him. His stuff is all messed up. He's all done. Cooked. I don't know. That might be more like a stool softener. Here's a stool. See him with a stool softener. He won't have any problems on the toilet that night. All right. Still running. Definitely a very good runner. I wouldn't say he's in the elite category, as far as rushing goes, but he'll give you kind of like what Trevor Lawrence could give you or whatever like that. He's not Lamar Jackson or some of these guys that we've seen, or John Rice Plumlee, but he's definitely a very good athlete, very powerful kid too. You can run a lot of the designer power run game with. So be interested to see if they actually get full use of this kid by bringing in somebody who kind of specializes in that. And I'm still on it about Rich Rodriguez. Bring Rich Rodriguez to Georgia and let him work with Jamie Newman. How about that? All right, get a little bit of a reprieve on the vertical jaunt. All right, he knew where he was going automatically. Whoa, the receiver actually stumbles. He already had that bad boy released. Receiver does a good job of, it actually ends up being kind of a back shoulder. Oh, that's hard. Back shoulder, my man caught it pretty much with one hand, secured that bad boy. So he gave him a chance with the back shoulder fade right there. Now, for being fair about the situation, got to call it like I see it. I think he's decently inaccurate in the quick game, and that's really what has made Georgia go over the past handful of years. And I wonder what they're going to do about that, right? Not saying he can't improve, right? I'm just going by what I see on film. Got front-facing play action fake. Usually it's a mechanics thing. I don't see that too bad of mechanics right here, but he's unable to steer. So being unable to steer is like you can drive that bad boy, but you can't get it to where you want it to go. And I can see a little bit of being unable to steer on him as he's hitting this out route and he skips it off the turf. So all the talk about arm strength, that's what I like to see from like opposite hash throws. It's not even an opposite hash throws. Let's be real here. Jake Fromm excelled at these throws from the opposite hash, and he rarely throws them. And when he does, I'm always like, I don't know where it's going to go. And he skips that bad boy off the turf. Getting himself out of trouble again. Slow release, RPO, pass tag on the back of a run call. Got a cat blitz coming off the boundary. Cat blitz blows it up. Looks like he was going to convert or try to throw something to the outward quadrant of the field. So you can see him still looking there, right? But look, he's able to get himself out of trouble. The guy has him by his jersey. Able to get himself out of trouble, find a nice running lane. Detaching from the pocket. Making the Georgia people swoon. They've been wanting this for years. So you got it now, right? You got exactly what you wish for. So here you go. New age level concept right here. You have an out and up that's going to be the money shot going on by the Y. On the edges, you have a couple of now routes, right? Twin now routes to try to suck the defense up. And then you got a couple of dummy routes. This was all designed to go to the tight end. We can see from here. So you got your spread formation plus splits. They really do a good job with this right here. And they completely fool the defense. Fakes the now route. Sucks the defense in. The receiver actually jumps in the air like he was going to get it. Look at that. Everybody's bearing down on him. This was cheesed up, schemed up to perfection. The out and up caught the zone defense napping. Nobody in the middle of the field because his quarters coverage and the safeties bit down real hard. Off of his back foot. Puts enough air under that bad boy. Boom, hits him in stride. So that's pretty dope right there. However, Georgia doesn't have that in his playbook, right? So that's what I'm saying about scheming somebody up. Now, he's somebody in a traditional offense, in my opinion. I don't think he would be that good. I would put probably average, above average or something like that. But schemed up, man, he can be very, very good, right? It's just depending on the scheme. I think you can scheme this guy up, have him work to his strengths. And, yeah, but does Georgia have that in his arsenal? So you're going to ask some guys who don't understand this type of work, right? These type of concepts and schemes, don't have the infrastructure for it. Can they really get it done in that fashion? It remains to be seen. But there's a spot open on the staff. Rich Rodriguez, man, he's sitting out there. He would kill it. He would absolutely kill this with a big, powerful, strong kid like this. I think about some of the guys that he's had in the past. He would destroy it and definitely make Georgia a viable contender. Georgia's a viable contender anyway because of his defense. And then I believe that it should be able to run the ball next season. We'll see what's going on with the offensive line. So maybe his mobility is coming in at the right time, because I'm not sure if that offensive line is going to be. I don't think it's going to be as good as it was last season. We'll see how far it drops off. However, still a ton of talent there. A lot of targets there. It should be a fun year, but I'll have a lot more on this, and just thinking of different ways how they could really use this kid. And I'll have definitely a lot more over there. Patreon.com/committed to the G. You got to see the stuff, though, when I really get into the hard scouting and the low lights, and you can really see the limitations of his game. So I'm not going to necessarily put that out here on the YouTube. Patreon.com/committed to the G. You can see that, all right? But with that being said, it's your boy Murf, the Underground King, Top Billin Sports, and I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.